Hello, everybody. This is Healings on the Go. I am the host, Linda DeVitas. Welcome, everybody. I am a psychic clairvoyant medium. I'm a certified Reiki master, crystal healer, magnified healer, dolphin healer, professional space clearer, feather Reiki, and candle manifestation channeling. I would like to welcome my special guest, Todd Mitchell, to the show. Welcome, Todd.
Hi, Linda. Hi, everybody.
He's also a psychic clairvoyant medium. And today we're going to talk about the different types of spirits. And we're going to start off with the dark spirits. Isn't that funny? We're going to start off with the dark spirits. And basically, what are dark spirits? Dark spirits are just vibrating at a lower dimension. They come across as very fear-based. They have a lot of anxiety, stress, anger. And what happens when you're around that kind of vibration? It pulls you down too. So I always tell people, like, you're feeling depressed, it's normal because we're human, right? But don't stay on it too long, because what happens then, our aura becomes holes, and then they start sticking onto our vibration. So it becomes like you're on Z100. You become a match to them, and they actually pull you down. And that's when you hear on TV, like, oh, someone killed somebody. It's because sometimes, I believe most of the killings and stuff is from attachments with these dark energies. What do you think, Todd?
Well, you're right. You're right. These dark energies are, if you let them, they'll attach to you. I mean, it's dangerous. I've witnessed a few friends from the past, years and years ago, that have messed with it, and I didn't touch it. I walked away, and they haven't been the same. Same since. But I've seen what kind of dangers they can get into, what kind of problems they can walk into, and what kind of how they act, attitude.
Exactly. And that usually causes a lot of anxiety and stress. I wrote a whole book about my own experience of how it's earthbound and the trauma that I went through, because I was always scared and depressed, and they became more and more. So you can also find that book on healingsonthego.com. It's very inspirational, but it would help people going through the same kind of situation. Have you ever encountered a dark spirit, Todd?
I have many years before I met Rhea. When I lost my grandmother, I was down and depressed for a good 2 months, and I felt this uneasy, dirty feeling. It's like, I couldn't cheer myself up for anything for 2 months. So it felt like a weight was on my back, and I couldn't shake it.
Exactly. They become very heavy, and dark spirits are usually the ones that have had a lot of trauma in this life. I feel like they've gone through a lot of things. Also, do you know that they say there's a black planet? That's where they talk about the fallen angels. So basically what's freaky is these supposed angels can transform themselves into anything, the being of light. So it's a funny story that I have a neighbor, and his house is very haunted. So whenever he's like going through something, he'll call me up. He's like, Linda, can you come next door? I say, okay, are you okay? So basically he tells me that this energy, which we all know that spirits go through the mirrors. And so he sees it all the time. And I told him, look, you have to cover your mirrors because they're coming in and out of, it's a portal. So not only that, he's telling me that that person is transforming himself, because it's a man, I feel, into his wife. So whenever he sees that energy, it looks like his wife from the back. Isn't that freaky?
It's freaky. But there's a trick of getting rid of them for permanently.
How?
There's a way of getting rid of them by going to the beach and walking in the water.
Yes, it grounds the energy.
And just submerge yourself underwater just for a second, and then they go away. I mean, I did that after I lost my grandmother. I went to Florida, and I just went right into the beach, and I was in that water for probably a good 5-10 minutes, and it felt better.
Yes. Wow. That is, Yeah, it's very clearing. The salt water is also very clearing, very healing, but also these attachments, also some of them, they do not want to leave. So as much as, because I do professional house clearings, and as much as you try to get rid of them, some of them don't want to go. So then that's when it becomes like, so I'll give you an example. I was doing a house clearing at my house upstairs, and that thing, that energy didn't want me going. What was happening is it was trying to make me feel nauseous, like, oh, I feel nauseous, so I can stop. But I didn't want to stop because I knew they like to throw you off, like, this is my house, you're trying to get rid of me. So I said, look, nice spirit, we don't want to get rid of you. We just want you to, if you're going to live here, at least be nice and not, because it was transforming a lot of negative energy. And that's the main reason why I learned space clearing, because of that spirit that I encountered many times. So I said to myself, that's why I trained. I had to do 13 house clearings in order to get professionally certified, because my teacher told me, she said, you could throw off someone's energy completely if you don't know what you're doing. So in your house, it's peaceful. I'm sure I don't feel anything crazy over there.
No, we're the first owners of this condo, actually. We're the first owners.
Oh, wow. So that's what it is. Those dark spirits like to attach themselves. And I always tell people, things will get better, but you also have to change your vibration. You don't want to be on a low vibration, or else it's going to start attacking you. And that's what it did to me. I had so much anxiety that it was making everything feel worse, instead of more happy, the energy was pulling me down. What do you feel, besides the beach, like at your house, what do you feel is the best thing to cure, kind of tame the energy?
Sage it, use a Palo Santo.
Yes, I heard Palo Santo is the best.
Yes, it actually relaxes the energy in the house. It makes everything like comfortable and peaceful, and people, your godson Matthew and Rhea and myself can sleep better that way.
Yes, and also,
and especially candles. Candles can actually clear out the negativity.
Exactly. I don't want to throw people off, but from my experience, sage to me doesn't really help much for some reason. I don't know why, but when I would sage, it didn't do anything. What I found is, like you said, Palo Santo and also rosemary. What I would do, a good tip is to like boil it. Because you know how rosemary is very like little chips. You can't really burn it because it just turns off so quick. So what I tell people, I said, put it in a bowl, boil it, and then put in a spray bottle. And when I did a healing on this lady, what happened was she had I was doing it fast because she was rushing. And that's one thing I learned never to do again, because that energy went on me. So what I did, I took my rosemary, sprayed myself, and it felt like completely gone. So I was like, okay, now that's my little cure right there. Rosemary is the best. And
yeah. Speaking of rosemary, thanks for reminding me, Linda. Lately, I've been having dreams of rosemary.
Oh, wow.
Either the street sign or something on like a train. But I'm always running into rosemary.
Wow, it's calling onto you. That's rosemary's the best. And also Palo Santo too. But you know what I didn't know? Do you know when you burn Palo Santo and it turns black? I used to think that, okay, it's done, but it's not done. You could keep reburning the black part. I didn't know. Throw it out.
It actually helped me recover back in 2019 after my pre-colon cancer surgery. After my surgery, when I came home, Rhea was going all over the house with it, and made my recovery even faster.
Wow. And I would like to thank everyone who's on. I don't see who's on, but welcome everybody. Welcome. Later on, I'm going to check my tablet and just go on and see who's in the chat. But right now, I don't see anyone. So, because I think something's wrong with my tablet.
They're probably on. They're just, just sitting back,
but I'm going to check in a few. So welcome everybody. Another real good tip is whenever, because me and you are open channels, and at nighttime is especially very, like when your guard is down. I believe you're never alone. There's always spirits around, and I feel them all the time. But when I feel there's a dark energy is when I take my long selenite and sleep with it. And then I sleep like a baby, because selenite is the bringer of the white light. To me, that's one of the best things that, really help, especially, they say if you can't sleep, there's a spirit lingering around. So that to me is the best thing. Do you sleep with that? Don't?
Sometimes I do. Mostly I carry a few around with me during the day.
Yeah, good.
Like this one here.
Oh, nice clear quartz, right?
Yeah.
Clear
And it brings me, it brings me good luck. It really does.
And also, that's another thing. Like, there were times when I didn't feel too good. Maybe I had a headache or something. And I always used to, I sleep with my stones. I bathe with them, everything. So then my guides told me, take the bracelets off and cleanse them. Don't leave them like that. So then I was wondering one time, why am I not in, am I okay? But, so that's what came through. It's like you have to also clear your stones. Just don't leave them like that. And what happens is that energy has accumulated on them, and they need to. So I said, okay, now I take them off, put them in the moon, which reminds me, on tomorrow is the super full moon in your sign, Todd, Capricorn. And it's a big sign. Yeah.
Well, tomorrow's my big day at the job, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm, waiting for a few good news happening, and I'm sure tomorrow's going to be the news I'm looking for.
Awesome. It will be, because it's a very successful super full moon. So what does that mean? That the moon is that much closer to the earth, and Capricorn is very good with money. So bring it on, everybody. Take out cinnamon stick.
Exactly. I don't really. How would I put this? I know the money comes in. I don't think about it.
Yeah.
But the money comes in anyways. So I know, if people don't think about it, and the money will come in. It will come in bundles.
You're right, because sometimes, when you have debts and stuff, it's normal to think about it, because I used to have a bad habit of always focusing on that. And then focus on having it. Don't focus on your problem, focus on your solution.
Exactly. If you focus on the negative, what's going to happen is that you're just going to be it's going to be negative.
Exactly. And then more of that will come through. So now I bring out my little cinnamon sticks. I start. So how do you do it? Everyone asks. Okay, put your hands up, everybody, and say, I call on to the money angels, money guides, angels of abundance, to come on in and bring me money, which is not a bad thing. See, people believe that money is the root of all evil, and then they wonder why they don't have it. Yeah. So the energy, what they do with the money, you see, that's what the energy is, how you think of it. So I go to my door and I begin. First, you cleanse it. So now if you like sage, go on and put on the sage, cleanse it first so it's clear. And then start with the cinnamon stick and burn around it. Then take a little bell, ring it, because it connects to the higher source, and you got it. That's it. Plain and simple.
Exactly. It also has to do with the secret.
Right.
I mean, spirits work with the secret as well as, us working with the secret. But if you imagine that you have bundles and bundles and bundles of cash in the bank or whatever, or in your hands, you will get it.
Yes.
And right. I've seen that happen to Rhea, to me, to Matthew.
Yes. Okay, everybody, we're going to go on a quick commercial break, and we'll be back right after these messages. Don't go anywhere. Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back with my beautiful guest, Todd Mitchell. Yay! Welcome back, Todd. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, hello to everybody that's on. Can you see the names, Todd? Lorraine.
Ria's getting the page right now for me.
So, right now, we don't see it, but hello, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in. We're talking about different types of spirits today. And the next one we're going to talk about, so we talked about the dark spirits. Now we're going to talk about earthbound spirits. What are earthbound spirits? Earthbound spirits are exactly what it says. They're connected to the earth. And that's usually when they have either committed suicide or they had a death which was very tragic, or they weren't ready to go, or they turned away from the light. Because sometimes when people are mourning, they just turn around, they see the light and they see their family suffering and they don't want to go through. So I even told my dad when it was his last days, I said, listen, I go, as much as we love you, you cannot be earthbound. I go, that's the worst thing for your soul, because the party's on the other side. You cannot stay. We're definitely, I said, you know me, we're going to pick you up, but please cross over to the light. So I know he did, because that night I dreamt of him and he told me that he crossed over. And I told him, good, because we still could see you. But earthbound is like when you see them the way we are, like too close. You've had that experience, remember, with Mario, Todd?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, thanks for reminding me. I haven't talked about that since your wedding, that after he passed,
wow,
that he came to me in a dream saying, he showed me the picture of Mario and then one of his brothers or cousin, and then in front was Maria and George, I believe, if I remember this right. And he said that he wanted to dance with Maria.
Yeah.
When I told that to your sister, she says, yes, he wanted to. He wanted to dance with me. And she said I should have.
Yeah, that's sad, because he was very young. To people that don't know the story, he was only 18 years old. He was very heavy, and his dream was to be skinny. So he didn't tell anybody, just a few people, that he's going for gastric biopsy. And what happened was he ended up dying from a infection. And it was so sad because he was so young.
Yeah, he was very young.
Found. He made it very obvious he was. Remember?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, him and I, Mario and I were talking for about a good few minutes. He's the nicest guy.
Yes.
Downhearted, very downhearted person. I mean, I would talk to him constantly, if he was still alive. He was a real, he had his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah, it's very sad. He didn't want, and a lot of times when I'm driving through the cemetery, there are a lot of spirits that are very clingy to their body. They don't want to leave their body. So it's sad, because I always say, God, why'd you make it like that? But what can we do, though? It is what it is.
Well, the reason why they're still attached to their body, because they don't know what to do next. And I've seen that in readings in a group reading I did about 2 years back, that they attach to their human bodies that are on the ground only because they don't know what happened to them. They're still transitioning. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I always say it's, I believe the soul's choice if they want to return back or not. I know Jesus will only have one life and that's it. Some souls want to come, it's different beliefs. Some people say, I don't believe in that stuff, but it's different when you see it with your own eyes. Then you have no choice but to believe in it. That's what happened to me. I remember
I'm
it.
the only one in my family, in my side of the family, that believes in all this. And I know my grandmother, God rest her soul, believes in this. And I know she does. I'm the only one that in the family that has an open mind about everything about the spirit world. And it's been like that since I was about 7, 8, 9.
Yes, I remember clearly. I remember a lot of lifetimes me and my sister were all together. And with you, I believe our families come back like, soul family. So we come back with similar families.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, what it is that I believe that if we choose to come back with the same person that we were with, like, Rhea and I, and, especially Helena, she was born with the same discolored skin that I had.
And you know what that is, right?
Yeah,
they call it Ports Weinstein, but when you look it up symbolically, it's that you've been burned in another lifetime. Everything in the body is it's a cell memory of what has happened in another lifetime. For example, I have these marks on my neck, skin tags. I remember clearly being hung. You see, now
yeah.
Witches are, they're healers. I mean, they have such a bad rap, but you're trying to help people, not at least I'm not into the dark stuff.
No, I don't touch. I will never, ever, a quick story for you, and I'm going to say this quickly. I'll never touch anything dark. I will never, ever be a part of it, because before I was a thought of, my parents went to a party when they were young, and their friends pulled out a Ouija board.
Oh boy!
And they should have walked away, and to this day they regret it, because it said 4 kids will be born in their family. One of them died, and my brother died when he was when he was an infant. So it drew that pain for years to my parents. So I will never, ever, ever touch.
I did a big mistake when I was little. It wasn't even my choice to play with that thing, and that's like leaving the front door open. As you know, and she, everyone likes to experiment, but I literally, when we were playing that, I felt like something bad was going to happen to me, and we would see roaches like this big, and I was like, "Get away from me!" And that would be the last time I ever touch that thing. You don't know what's going to come in. They're evil spirits that are come in. So
Yep. Exactly. I don't believe in that kind of magic. I don't believe in that kind of black light stuff. My parents never said that to me. I went through my own experience with it, that I only seen it. I was never part of it. I only seen it from a distance, but I was never part of it. So I said, no, I'm out of here.
I never wanted to deal with the darkness either, because we're here on a mission. We're light workers to help heal people, and I always pray for them all the time, with our healing. So our mission is we're not to the dark side, and that's a lower vibration. I believe that at that vibration, you have a lot of work to do to, it's like growing. You have to get up.
Yeah, I mean, everybody makes mistakes in doing what's not right. But what I did was I got up, dusted myself off, and I moved on and never looked back at that stuff. I only look at the light and what it can provide for me and Rhea and Matthew.
Exactly. That's right. The light brings the light, and the earth needs a lot of healing and light workers to beam the light. You see what's going on? So we're here to spread the light and bring awareness to people. So basically, going back to the earthbound spirits, I've encountered a few of them. Have you, Todd?
Yes. You mean the black spirits?
Earthbound. Well, yeah, Mario.
Okay. Well, no. The Earthbound spirits. Cindy says hello to you. Anyways, I just seen it on the.
I can't see. So hi, Cindy, and who else? Tad, who else is on?
Oh, Michelle. Everybody.
Michelle.
Michelle says hi. Anne.
And hi, Anne. Welcome, everybody. Sorry, I can't see. Something's wrong with my.
Cindy. Oh,
Hi.
Cindy. Hey, tell Cindy to hold on. Tell Cindy to stay put. Stay put.
Tad has a reading for you, which we
Yes.
are get to.
Nikki.
Who?
Mickey is on. Says hello.
You're welcome.
Tell Cindy to hang on. Something important is coming through for her. And your producer too, Michelle, right?
Michelle, hi, Michelle.
Yes. No, the producer.
Yes.
Tell her to hold on too, because there's a message that's nudging me, and I'm trying to listen to what you're saying, and they're talking to me, and I'm listening to you. But you were saying before about the earthbound spirits. I have one that already gave me goosebumps on the arm.
Oh, nice.
I gave a reading about a couple years ago to a group, and there was this little child that came in, but he didn't know how to talk to me. He didn't know what to do. An army guy who was killed in action picked him up and had him talk through, I think his name was John or Jason, I forgot his name, and talk to me. He died from drowning. He was about 4 or 5 years old.
Wow.
And the woman, his aunt, was right there. And I said, you have a little child that's with you, that's been with you for a long time. She says, yes. And I had to step back for a moment because I heard the word Scotty, and that's my brother's name, the one who crossed over.
Right.
So I yelled, I looked right at her. Is his name Scotty? I thought she was going to jump out of her skin. After the reading, he followed me home, and I'm not kidding when I tell you this. He followed me home. I went to bed. He went into the same bed with me, and I said, just rest, relax. You're going to be fine. You're going to be seeing your ancestors in a little while. Just close your eyes. He went. By morning time, he was gone.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Wow. That's amazing. One of my stories, the earthbound spirit, is of course mom's house. That she's very earthbound, but she's not a good story to talk about. She's negative.
Let's not bring up the negative. Let's bring up the happy things.
Exactly.
That that makes us stronger. I mean, I like happy stories. You're helping the spirits. That gives me goosebumps.
Well, you know what it is? Earthbound spirits are usually, some of them are troubled. So it's not like you want to say anything negative. God rest them. And I'm sure their guides will help them to the light, because they all have, their own guides to come and assist them. But they're usually the ones that are troubled, the earthbound spirits, or distressed. They're not time to go yet. But I'm happy to talk about the other spirits that finally get home. And that is the next topic we're going to talk about, crossing over and going home, where we all came. We're all here temporarily. We're all here on a mission, our own journey. And really nothing is right or wrong, because what I think is wrong, which I'm very non-judgmental, because I don't, you have to always put yourself in someone else's shoes. You don't know why they're doing things, and whatever their karmic is, I used to have this man that would say, oh my God, look at that homeless bum. I go, you shouldn't judge him because you don't even know what put him there. So we grew up like you did, Todd, very non-judgmental in trying to help people. Instead of criticizing them, we're here to help you. You're hungry? My family is like, let's go get you something to eat. We're very, big givers.
My parents were like that too to a lot of people. My parents would, if someone knocked on the door and they were homeless and they were hungry, my parents will give extra food, including my grandparents. They would do the same thing too.
Exactly. So that's how we are. And I believe there's no wrong. It might be wrong to someone, but right to another person. It depends how people think and their perceptions.
Of course.
here is very temporary and limited. I believe you do good as much as you can. And it's for your own karma and how you think, like how you could sleep at night. If you think killing someone's a good thing, good luck to you. But I just say, we can never judge because some people murder from self-defense. So there's always two sides of the story. I believe do good, enjoy the time that you have here, live your life to the fullest, and then it's time to go home after our mission is done.
Well, so that's yeah.
Now give a reading to whoever you feel drawn to. Unfortunately, I cannot see who's on. So hello to everybody that's on. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you're interested in readings, you can reach either Todd Mitchell on Facebook, or you can find me at healingsonthego.com, which is a list of services. You can see my site and stuff. Go ahead.
Hold on there, Linda. Cindy, wait a minute.
And you guys can ask a question.
Yeah, send the question through, if you can. I could be able to read it through Ria's phone.
Let me know.
Michelle, you're a producer, right?
Yes. One of them, yes.
One of them. The one that's here, the one that's there now.
Yes.
I have a message for her, and it's from her grandmother.
Okay.
And it's I don't know if it's grandmother or great-grandmother, but she's a short individual, almost like Italian, wearing one of those shawls, one of those, the old school. Not small, but little. She says, she was saying about writing a book or doing a bigger show about writing a book.
For her to write a book?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And
nice.
Right now, she is standing right behind Michelle. Now, Cindy,
yes,
here, same thing. Her godmother or a mother figure is coming in, and it's almost like a J sound connected to her.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it's live or dead. I don't know. But she was saying, if Michelle can hear me right now, I want, if there's a J connection to you, I want to know what's that J connection. It's a female, not a male, like Janet. I want to say Jason, but it's not Jason.
All right, hold on. We have Michelle.
Hey guys, how are you? My mom, her name is Jeanette.
Oh, wow.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you then.
Awesome.
Wow.
Were you planning on writing a book or planning?
I was planning on doing a second. I have one that I haven't done anything with it for years.
Okay, so why? This is her talking through me, talking to you. Okay. And she said, so why don't you finish it?
Because I'm lazy.
She's crossing her arms and stamping her foot at you.
Okay. Normal.
She's saying, don't procrastinate. Do it because people want to hear this.
Okay, interesting.
And she says, you were helping her cook when you were little?
Oh my God, all the time. That was our thing.
But what was the biggest dish? I'm saying dessert, like a cake, like some sort of homemade cake.
Cheesecake. Cheesecake.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I got goosebumps. Look at this, Linda.
Me too.
Did she give you a cross? Because I just pulled out a cross from my pocket and I'm holding it. She says, I gave her something similar to what I have in my hand. And it looks like this.
No, not my mom. She never gave me a cross.
No, not your mom, your grandmother.
Oh, my grandmother.
Yes. Something similar to this, but not exactly like this, but in the way of a cross,
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
And she said, oh, yeah, I did. You have to look.
Okay, I will look.
Wait a minute. When you were little and you helped your mother or your grandmother cook?
My mother.
Okay. You were the first one to taste it when it was done, and you took a bigger piece than everybody else.
Always. Always. I still do that.
And your favorite cake is a cheesecake, and you still have that recipe to this day, don't you?
Yes, I have the original recipe card.
Pass it down to your family. Pass it down, because I'm hearing it needs to be, it needs to stay alive. You know what I'm saying? That recipe needs to stay alive.
Yes, I will. I'm saving all of her recipes.
She says, don't forget to mention me in the book.
Oh, absolutely.
That's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Amazing.
We're going to take a quick break.
All right.
If you're done, we'll take a quick break after.
Yes. I need a break. I need a break.
Messages. Hang on, everybody.
Hang on. We'll get to everybody. We'll get to everybody.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back with my beautiful guest, Todd Mitchell. Yay! So anyone that would like to ask him a question, please type in the message box. And if they want, I can also feel their aura colors. Since you're on a roll with the spirits, I'll read their aura colors. I know Michelle has a lot of yellow in her.
No, Michelle has a lot of red and blue because she just felt her grandmother's love come to her, goosebump style, right now as we speak.
Yeah, she has a lot of yellow. She's very positive energy. She has a nice ray over her. I feel yellow. She's good with communication.
Yes.
She's
Yeah, that's blue and red. That's bluish red. Yeah, both together with the yellow.
Yep. Is
Let's
anyone
see.
ready? We'll continue on with the spirits.
Well, no,
So-
no. Michelle.
Let me know, and then I'll tell people.
Major goosebumps. Michelle just says I have major goosebumps.
She's cute. That's
But there's
beautiful.
one person out there. I don't know who this is connected to because I got two people here next to me, one to my left, one to my right, and they were talking about a Europe trip. Now back to Italy or somewhere Italy area.
Okay, that's me again. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. You're fine. You're fine today, Michelle.
The
Actually, it's your
chills?
grandmother.
The chills that are going up my back are crazy right now. I went to Italy for my 16th birthday, me and my mom, for 2 weeks. And I was just talking about it a few weeks ago, saying I need to go back. I need to go back.
Wow,
You are going to go back. They're telling me you are going to go back.
I hope so.
No, you are, because I see Upper Italy. I see Upper Italy.
Nice.
I see. Do they own a house or something, or do they own a village, villa?
I have some family still in Naples.
And it's a big land.
Not huge. It's a pretty nice size house, but
I see mountains that, like a hill, like a vineyard.
no, I didn't see a vineyard when
It must be the neighbors. That must be their neighbors. But you're going back soon.
Great.
Very soon. You're going back. You're going to be getting news about that within this year.
Wow. I can't wait.
And write that book, please. I want to read it.
Okay. It's
She
going to be
also,
a long one.
If she comes in one more time, I'm gonna I'm gonna have coffee with this one.
She likes her coffee black, Todd.
Yeah, she said that to me. She just said, "No cream, no sugar, just black." Now
it's so
I'll
fun.
make you a pot also.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's lovely. She's a wonderful spirit. She's making me feel like I have a blanket over me, like comfortable right now. So
Oh
I like
yeah.
that feeling.
She did that with everyone she came in contact with.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
Thank
real
you so
downhearted
much.
person. I tell you that right now.
Thank
She's
you.
real downhearted. Let me see if I can. Cindy's been if
Cindy,
on. If Cindy's still on, text. Put a message in there that you're still here, Cindy.
yes.
All right.
Meantime, let's talk about spirits and how they come in. What are signs? Go ahead.
I'm sorry to overtalk you.
Go ahead.
The way the spirits do come in, they come in at any time they wish, at any given moment. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be at work, you could be driving, you could be at the store, you could be anywhere. My biggest experience, I had two of them. One of them was when I was little, after my brother died. When I was 4 or 5, between 1 and 4, I couldn't talk. For some reason, I couldn't talk. And my brother came in to my room, which was his old room, and hugged me spirit-wise. So he told me that you're going to be fine, that you will talk. Within a month later, I was talking.
Oh, wow.
Within a month later, I was talking. The second one was my grandfather, my dad's dad, that came in the room when I was sleeping and pulled up the blankets from here to here without me touching them.
Exactly. They come in, all right. And especially when they have messages for you. I was in the middle of someone's reading, and this other lady's mother came right through me, actually interrupted the whole reading. And I said, sorry, but when they want their point across, they're going to come in and interrupt because they want to, get the message across. But some signs is knocking, feathers, smells. I smell my mother-in-law a lot. When she comes in, I smell her perfume. So there are a lot of types. What other types you pick up, Todd? There's a lot. Ladybugs, birds.
Yeah.
Ladybugs. My uncle, my godfather uncle, my dad's brother, he passed back in 2018. Whenever he's around, we see hummingbirds, and that's his favorite bird.
Wow.
So we see him here by the cove all the time. When your father passed, we always seen birds, seagulls, and they came right to the house. They landed on top of the roof, about a bunch of them.
Wow. Yes, my father does come in. It's funny, when he comes in, I see lookalikes of him.
I see lookalikes of him all the time. And birds been coming to our house, and we have pictures of it. And every time we see a seagull, which is a bunch here, it reminds me of your father. Cindy's here. I see Cindy on the text. So hold on, Cindy. I'll be right with you.
Can't wait to talk. Go ahead. Tell her, because I know
All
the
right.
message.
And I'm hoping this is not Michelle's grandmother, because she's lovely. I love her. I really do. I really love her grandmother. She's really downhearted. But is there a fishing story or a racing story and one of your family members went through or dealt with? I mean, I'm like a how would I say this without getting tongue-tied? A fishing story, or like a racing car, like the Indianapolis 500, something similar to that. I don't know if this is part of you, but I'm also getting the name Devin or Kevin. Live or dead? I don't know who who this person is, live or dead, but this is for Cindy. Now, this is for Cindy. Get a hold of me, all right? I got the phone in my hand or next to me. If this is part of you, there's a few other things I want attached to that, but I want to know if this is part of you. You know what I'm saying there, Linda?
Yeah. Oh, you're talking to me? I thought you were talking about Cindy.
No, I'm talking about Cindy, but you know, I'm trying to say, you know, a racing car, you know, Indianapolis 500, but something similar to that, but not racing on the streets, but like racing some of the bikes or maybe running race or something that has to do with a race.
Oh, because I know why you're seeing that. Is Cindy on? Because
I don't think so. My uncle passed in a car accident.
He's like my dad. My dad and my family, they love motor.
Cindy, was this car accident due to a race or someone raced by him or someone caused the accident, not your uncle? Because the race part sounds like something part of that accident and that no one's telling you anything. Mm. I said, I sure am. Oh, I sure am. But, hold on, let me aim this up. He was speeding and he was driving, drinking. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm. Hold on. He's telling me. Okay, that racing, that speeding wasn't about him. What I'm getting is someone else sped beat next to him, and he was not at fault. I'm getting this. This is what he's telling me, and that there's two different stories to this whole entire thing, and you're not. And she's not getting the truth. This is what they're telling me. You know, I'll come back to that. I'm sorry, Linda. You go right ahead.
Whereas you can, if you feel like you have to relay a message, that's fine.
Yeah, because it's not his fault. People are blaming him. He was drinking, yes, but he wasn't under the influence. This is what I'm saying. I'm hearing him saying, "My dad never quit." What happened? All right. Why am I getting the name Devin or Kevin with him? Connected any way to the family, live or dead, I don't know. But something with that name with a D or K. Your uncle did not cause this accident. He was a victim in this accident. You know what I'm saying, Linda?
Yeah. So that's what he's trying to say.
And the drinking part, he was not under the influence. He was not way above. He had enough, you know, he was drinking, but not enough to be impaired.
Oh. Maybe he wants to excuse what happened.
Maybe he wants to know, maybe he wants to let the truth know.
The truth to you? I'm just kidding. So you never know. I had this one spirit that would come in and she was like, yeah, they want to defend what happened or, you know, telling their story.
I have to run, guys. Oh, Michelle, I have to run, guys. Great show.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you, Michelle. Now, one more. If you have something else, I'll go back to this in a minute. You were talking about spirits coming in.
Yeah, like what signs they give. So basically, there's a lot of knocking. People underestimate knocking. They think, oh, they're hearing things, but they're actually trying to tell you, hey, I'm okay, you know, I'm with you. Because some people don't acknowledge it. And I always tell them, talk to them because they hear you, you know. And that's why they say you're really never alone, because they are always, even though we don't see them or you don't see them, they are with you all the time. Mm-hmm. When I sleep, I feel them all the time. That's why my best buddy is selenite and we sleep together. So yeah, they're with you all the time and they're trying to relay messages that they're in a better place. They're on the other side, they're happier. 90% or more have crossed over. Some of them
Oh yes. I've connected to your dad. Your father helped me out immensely in a lot of ways. Helped me get the job I have, and I thank him for that. He comes into RIA all the time with birds like seagulls and messages and like images in the clouds too. Your dad, sorely miss. I love him. Is at my job. He says you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. Maybe this will help out. I listen. If these people want to hear their ancestors, the best trick to do is to sit back and just be in a meditative, a meditation. No music, just have just quietness, and you can hear them. Forget the mind chatter.
Exactly. And I said it in my other show, but I'm going to repeat it. How do spirits talk? They download information in your head. They talk through, when I see them talk like sign language. They talk in you, in their own voice. Like that's how I hear my dad talk through you. And that's why I wrote the book too, because that spirit would put ideas in your head. So if people are struggling with some kind of thing in their house, I recommend you pick up my book. You could find it at healingsonthego.com. And it's very interesting about how spirits talk through and how they download information. So you'll learn a lot and you'll know that you're not alone. That's the main reason why I wrote it, because certain ideas, they're not always positive. Certain things, you could pick up spirit just by going to anywhere. There's some of them that are lost and then they'll come. I don't want to make people paranoid, but, spirits are around. So you always have to acknowledge, is this thought coming from love or is it coming from fear? So when you acknowledge the two, usually it's not your own thinking. That was like my biggest thing I wanted to put out there. Certain negative things that pop in your head is not even your thinking. It's something talking through you. And if it's not positive, it's coming from another source.
Exactly. Your father would speak to Rhea all the time, and to you and to Maria and to everybody. But when he comes to me and I hear his voice, I can still hear his voice to this day saying "bravo, bravo." And I can still hear that in my ear, and it gives me that courage I'm looking for at work.
Yes.
To know that someone's always watching over the family, the whole family. I know he loves the grandkids, and he's very impressed. He sends love to each and every one of them every day.
Yeah.
But I wish he had a chance to see our son, your godson.
Oh, he sees him, that.
And in person, I wish he was here, just to know that his generation is moving on.
We miss his body, being in physical form, of course, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I learned feather Reiki healing was so funny, because the one that baptized my daughter, she came in and I felt her spirit guide come through. And I never liked feathers. That's the funniest thing, because I remember another lifetime when I got hypnotized where a bird was eating me. I was half dead. Anyway, to make a long story short, and wasn't drawn to birds till recently. And that guide, her guide's name was Neomar, and he came in and he directed me how to cleanse with feathers. That's how I learned it. And since I already have the Reiki, I combined the two together. So it became really good, because I even helped my mother a lot, and we all did with our prayers. So healings are remarkable, especially with God's help, of course. Without God, nothing happens. But
no, nothing happens ever, ever, ever. He always watches over us, and he's the one that blessed everybody in the family with the gifts that they have to this day. Yeah. And I'm going to use my special gifts to help whoever needs it.
Exactly, and I'm ever so grateful that God blessed me to help people. That's our mission. Whoever comes to me, whether everyone has their bills, but if I know that they're struggling, I will help. no matter what. You know, we all have our debts and it's really hard. That's why there's supposed to be an exchange. Like you go to the store, you buy the shirt and you get, you know, you pay for it. That's the energy exchange of money, give and get. So with that
One
being,
second. Hold on one second. A quick thing. Helen is on, and I just seen her name, and something just popped in above her name saying about a job opportunity or job promotion coming up.
okay, I'll relay the message if she's not on.
Yes, she's on. She's watching. She says she's watching now.
Yeah.
She's watching now, but something about job promotion, job offer, or something like that. It's the same thing, but I see it, and it Helen, I can't pronounce her last name.
Ayafas. I don't mean to cut you off, Todd, but we message her afterwards because we do have to go.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you would like to speak with Todd, you can find him on Facebook. Where else could they find you?
Right now, I'm on Facebook. I haven't made my own page yet, but if they want to message me through my my Facebook, it's Todd Mitchell. You see a picture of me and you know, Rhea and myself on the profile pic. Message me, and I want Helen to do that for, you know, message me.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Todd. It's always a pleasure having you on. Thank you.
The honor's mine. The honor's mine. Thank you, Linda.
And if you would like to find me, I'm on Linda Davidas, DAVETAS, and healingsonthego.com. Stay well, stay happy. God bless everybody. Have a great night.
Good night.